Hello everyone! Our topic for today is the axioms of continuity. The axioms of continuity are needed to fill a number of gaps in Euclid's element. Consider the argument Euclid gives to justify his very first proposition. So his first ever proposition is the Euclid's proposition 1. Given any segment, there is an equilateral triangle having the given segment as one of its sides. So here is our illustration for this one. So let's start with the Euclid's proof. Let AB be the given segment with center A and radius AB. Let the circle BCD be described. So dito muna tayo sa left side ng ating circle, yung pang left natin na circle. So sinabi diyan na itong ating circle BCD ay meron daw center na letter A, center or point A, which is this one. Then, meron daw itong circle nating BCD na radius na AB, which is ito, papunta dito. And kapag radius kasi, it means yung kalahati ng circle. And kapag buo naman is yung diameter. Yan. So, ang hihingi lang naman is yung radius. So, ang radius natin is si point A hanggang point B, AB. Next is, with center B and radius BA, let the circle ACE be described. So, dito naman tayo sa kabila nating circle, which is ACE. Sabi diyan, na sa ACE naman nating triangle ay meron tayong center na B, which is this one. And meron siyang radius na BA. From a point C in which the circles cut to one another, draw the segment CA and CB. So kung saan daw tayo nagkaroon ng cut, which is ito nga yun, mag-draw daw tayo ng segment na CA and CB. So di ba meron na tayong B tsaka A? So saan natin lalagay si C? So dito yon. So, nakabuo na tayo ng triangle. Since A is the center of the circle CDB, AC is congruent to AB. AC is congruent to CB. Again, since B is the center of the circle CAE, BC is congruent to BA. So, ayan. Dahil ito naman yung nasa center naman natin. So, congruent daw ito at ito. So, now na nakita natin na magkakongruent itong mga to, since CA and CB are each congruent to AB, step 4 and step 5, they are congruent to each other. So, ayun nga, congruent sila kasi congruent si CA kay CB, then congruent naman si CB kay AB, kay BA. So now, hence, triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle having AB as one of its sides. So ayun, di ba kapag congruent ang bawat side, it means equilateral yung triangle natin. Kasi nga, sinabi dito kanina, katulad nung sinabi ko nung una pa, na ang AC ay congruent kay CB and si CB ay congruent kay BA. Ibig sabihin, kung si CB ay congruent kay BA, edi congruent din si BA kay CA. Yun lang. So, I hope you understand this one. So, next is our circular continuity principle. So, in this one, we will going to use again our illustration dun sa Euclid's proposition 1. So, in circular continuity principle, if a circle Y has one point inside and one point outside another circle Y prime, then the two circles intersect in 2 points. So, ang sinasabi lang dyan, pag daw yung dalawa nating circle ay pinagpatong, which is ito nga, yung ating Y and the Y prime. So, pag pinagpatong daw natin sila, meron daw po tayo dalawang point na kung saan sila mag-i-intersect. So, ang una nating point dyan is yung C. Ito. Kitang-kita naman natin na mai-intersect ng dalawang circle yung point C natin dito. So, ano pa yung isa nating point dyan? Ito po yon yung nasa baba. Which is, hindi po natin pinangalanan. Pero kung pwede naman po natin pangalanan yan. So, for example is, point F. So, ayan, dalawa yung, yun ang sinasabi. Then the two circles intersect in 2 points. So, ayun nga, meron tayong point C and yung point na hindi natin nasabi dito, which is meron naman pong point dyan. Nagkita-kita naman, nag-intersect po sila dyan. Yun lang po yung sinasabi sa circular continuity principle.
So, okay, for the next, elementary continuity principle. If one endpoint of the segment is inside a circle and the other is in the outside, then the segment intersect the circle. So, for example, we have circle and we name point O. Then, if one endpoint of a segment is inside a circle and the other one is in the outside. So, mag-drawing tayo dito ng line segment. Sabi, ang isang endpoint ng line segment ay nasa inside at ang isa ay nasa outside. So, lagyan natin siya ng label na point A and point B. Then, the segment intersect the circle. So, tama naman yan, yung isang endpoint ng line segment ay nasa inside, which is si point A, at ang isa naman ay nasa outside, which is si point B, ay nag-intersect dito. Si circle, at saka yung line segment natin ay nag-intersect dito. So, lagyan natin ng name, ng point M. Based sa ating illustration, si circle at yung line segment natin ay nag-intersect dito. Yun. Ang next natin is under pa rin siya ng actions of continuity. The next is Archimedes actions. If CD is any segment, A any point, and R any ray with vertex A, then for every point B is not equal to A on R, this is a number n such that when CD is laid off n times or R starting at A point E is reached such that n times CD is congruent to AE and either B is equal to A or B is between A and So, meron tayong ditong line segment na CD. And meron pa tayong isa pang line segment na dito na A, B, and E. So, ang CD natin ay may unit length na 1. And ito, si A and B ay nasa radius. So, ay nasa ang hahanapin natin ay ang smallest integers such that n times CD is greater than AB. Then, magiging n times 1 dahil ang CD ay may unit na 1. So, 1 is greater than AB. Since ang value nga ng ratio natin ay 3.14159 ay smallest integers na. So, magiging smallest integers natin dahil ito nga value ng ratio natin ay n is equals 2 equal to 4. Ang si AB daw ay may unit, may small integers unit dito sa dalawang to. Kumbaga, yung value nitong CB ay congruent dito sa A at B na may 4 units dito ay 1. Itong apat, ito daw ay congruent dito kay CD. And also si CD ay congruent kay BE. And sa last nating statement na B is between A and E, si B ay between A and yun lang yun. Kaya ganito ang naging illustration natin sa Archimedes actions.
With Aristotle's action, so given any side of an acute angle and any segment AB, there exists a point y on the given side of the angle such that if x is the foot of the perpendicular from y to the other side of the angle, xy is greater than AB. So here is the figure. Let's say we have an angle like slice of pizza. This is the slice of pizza and a line segment AB. So in Aristotle's axiom says that we can always find a point y on one side of the angle. This is the angle x and y. So nandito yung x and y and sinasabi dito na x is the foot of the perpendicular. So ito, siya yung nasa baba na perpendicular from y. And sinasabi din na xy is greater than AB. So, x and y is lagi nag-extend pag ganito and pag ganito. Kaya, maprove natin na ang xy is greater than AB. Important corollary. Let line AB be any ray P, any point non-collinear with A and B, and angle XVY, any acute angle, then there exists a point R on ray AB, such that angle PRA is less than angle XVY. So, dito sa figure is makikita, ang sabi meron daw na ray AB, ito yung A, tapos may point P na non-collinear. It means hindi siya nakalay daw sa ray AB. Kaya dito siya sa taas nilagay. And say, ray AB ay may point R. Ito yung point R niya. And meron din daw angle XVY na acute angle. It means less than 90 degrees ang kanyang measurement. So, kaya pinoprove dito na angle PRA is less than angle XVY.
Let Q be the foot of the perpendicular from P to AB. So, since ang Q ang ating foot of the perpendicular from P, magka-create tayo dito ng line. I-extend natin siya. And this is gonna be the A and B. So, since point P is just a label, we choose it so that Q is not equal to B. And Q lies on right BE. Right BE. So, X and Y are arbitrary points on the rays and RS that are the sides of the angle XVY. So, this is the X and Y here. This is the arbitrary points, which means not chosen without restriction. Let X be the foot of the perpendicular from Y to the line containing R. So, ang X ang ating foot from the Y, and siya yung nagko-contains sa angle ng Y, and R that are acute and or the exterior angle theorem that we can show by an RAA argument that X prime actually lies on R, and so we can choose X to be X prime. So, based on Aristotle's axiom, guarantees that Y can be chosen such that XY is greater than PQ. So, ang XY daw is greater than PQ. By congruence axiom 1, there is one point R on line segment QB such that QR is congruent to XB. So, ang QR, here is the QR, nagko-congruent siya sa XB, which is iisa lang yung sukat niya. So, we claim that angle PRQ is less than angle XBY. So, assume the contrary. So, ang contrary, assume the contrary by trigonometry, there is a line RS such that angle QRS is congruent to angle XBY, and line RS either equal to RP, line RP, or is between line segment RP and line segment RQ. So by the crossbar, ang crossbar theorem is intersection of the line from two distinct points from two different lines. So by the crossbar theorem, point S, which thus far is also Maria label, so can be chosen to lie on segment PQ, then XQ is not greater than PQ. By the ASA congruence criterion, so angle side angle, so dito is parang nagko-congruent yung SQ and XY. So hence SY is not greater than PQ, contradicting our choice of Y. Thus angle PRQ and we are done. If not, R and Q lie on the opposite ray by the exterior angle theorem. If R prime is any point such that R is between Q and R prime, then angle PR prime Q is less than 2 angle PRQ and less than 2XBY. We get angle PBA is equal to angle PBQ and less than 2XBY by taking R is equal to B.
Dedekind axiom. Suppose that the set L of all points on a line L is the disjoint union sigma 1 union sigma 2 of two non-empty subsets such that no point of either subset is between 2 points of the other. Then there exists a unique point O on L such that one of the subset is equal to a ray of L with the vertex of O and the other subset is equal to the complement. So, sinasabi lang dito na meron daw tayong subset which is the point O to sigma 1 and point O to sigma 2. So, hinati daw yung line natin, hinati which is the vertex of O. So, yung O natin to sigma 1 ay equal sa point O to sigma 2. They have equal measurement. O, a pair of subset sigma 1 and sigma 2 with the properties in Dedekind's axiom is called Dedekind dot of the line. Dedekind axiom purpose is to ensure that line L has no holes in it in the sense that for any point O on L and any positive real number x, there exist unique points P sub negative x and P sub x on L such that point O is between P sub negative x and P sub x and segments P sub negative XO and O P sub x both have length x. So, sinasabi lang dito na yung point O daw natin is nasa gitna. Point O is to point P sub negative x as equal to point O to point P sub x. Both have length x.
Given a segment CD and a point A on the line L, ibig sabihin yung line segment CD and yung point A ay same lang siya sa line ng L. And there's a ray from point A, kaya siya may arrow is it is continuous. And in that case, using Dedekind's axiom, the line L is nahahati siya sa line AC or CD or C2 continuous. And ang sinasabi lang is, in that point C, there is no gap. Ibig sabihin sa point C walang putol or isang continuous lang yung line. Kaya tinawag na continuous or there are no missing point.
Okay, continuation of actions of continuity, case number 2. OM is greater than OR. The same argument applies interchanging the role of summation 2 and summation 1. This is the illustration of case number 2. This part is talking about the specific scenario where the distance from point O to M is greater than the distance point O to R. So, they're using the case to illustrate the proof by contradiction. And the contradiction says that they reach the contradiction. This means their initial assumption that M is not on line Y. So, it leads something impossible. So, since it is impossible, M must be on line Y. And yun lang yung sinasabi for case number 2. So, ito naman yung flow chart na kung saan ay connected sa actions of continuity. So, papuntang Dedekind. So, we have a 2 topic which are the Archimedes and circular continuity principle. Sa Archimedes na merong 2 topics din which are the Aristotle and Theorem 4.3 on measurement. While circular continuity principle has 2 topics then, Euclid Proposition 1 on equilateral triangles and elementary continuity principle. So, it shows that the implication discussed, assuming all the incidents, equiness, and congruence action, especially SAS or side angle side.
Case number 1, lay of a copy of CD on the ray opposite to sigma sub 2, starting at point O. Obtaining a point P. P lies on R. So, P, let us assume that P is a point that belongs to sigma sub 1. And we have 2 sigmas, the sigma sub 1 and sigma sub 2. Then, for some numbers n, P can be reached by laying off n copies of segment CD on R starting from A. By laying off one more copy of CD, we can reach point O that contradicts point O that belongs to sigma sub 2. So to further discuss to you the situation of this case, I will be explaining to you the proof to further simplify it for you to better understand. So in either case, we obtain the contradiction and we can reject the RA hypothesis that sigma sub 2 is non-empty. To further get the idea how Dedekind's axiom give us continuity result, we sketch a proof on the elementary continuity principle from Dedekind's axiom. So, and let us discuss the proof. Let me read it to you. So, by the definition of inside and outside of a circle Y, we will be calling the circle Y with center O and a radius OR. We have OR is greater than OA but less than OB. Let sigma sub 2 be the set of all points on P, or sigma sub 2 be the set of all points P on the ray AB that either lie on Y or outside Y. Let us have sigma 1 be its complement. Ibig sabihin, kung yung sigma sub 2 ay ang points that lies on or outside Y, then ang sigma number 1 naman ay points. Sigma sub 1 is the points that lies inside circle Y. Ayan. So, by trichotomy, sigma sub 1 consists of all points of the segment AB that lie inside Y. Applying this, you can convince yourself that these two sigmas is a Dedekind cut. Let M be the point on AB furnished by Dedekind's axiom. Assume M does not lie on Y. Ayan, so meron pa tayong dagdag na the point M does not lie inside Y. On or inside. It does not lie on or inside Y. Ayan, ibig sabihin nasa labas siya nung circle natin na Y. I'll be showing you the figure to better illustrate for the definition of this proof. Ayan, so we can see that OR, the radius OR is greater than OA, and OR is less than naman sa OB. And so you can see that point A is the nearest to point O, and B is the furthest to point O, or which we call the center of the circle. Ayan, that is simply the proof or the illustration of the proof of our first case. Ayan. So you can see that point M does not lie on circle Y. Pero kasama siya ni ray AB. And ayan yung illustration or the figure of our proof. Ayan. So let us have our case number 2. Let me read it to you. That then M belongs to the sigma sub 2, and M and R be the lengths on OM and OR respectively. Since sigma sub 2 with M is a ray, there is a point N belongs to sigma sub 2, such that the length of Mn is a 1/2 times the quantity of R minus M. That is by laying of a segment whose length is 1/2 times the quantity of R minus M using theorem 4.3 sub 11. By the triangle inequality corollary 2 to theorem 4.3, the length of ON is less than M plus 1/2 times the quantity of R minus M greater than M plus the quantity of R minus M is equal to R, which contradicts M and Z in the points of the sigma sub 2. So simply we have the same illustration but in different points. Let me explain it to you that it only means that because sigma sub 2 goes beyond M, we can find a point N a little further along the ray. Let's say it's halfway through the gap, and that means point N would actually lie inside the circle, which we call Y. But we said it was in sigma sub 2 or outside, another contradiction. So this means that is a contradiction of our RAA hypothesis. It is indeed N lies inside N. It is only a contradiction.
So, kay Hilbert's axiom of parallelism, so sinasabi dito na for every line L and every point P not lying on L, there is most one line M through P such that M is parallel to L. So, pag in-illustrate natin sila, ibig sabihin, there is line L, ito po yung line L, and every point P not lying on L. Meaning, meron po ditong point P na hindi nag-intersect or hindi nakalay dun sa line L. And there is most one line M through P. So, meaning, meron po ditong line L, merong line M na nag-intersect dun sa point P natin. So, such that M is parallel to L. So, sinasabi dito na as long as na hindi nag-intersect yung point P and yung line M dun sa line L is masasabi natin kung dalawang line na ito is parallel sa kanilang isa't isa. Yun lang po ang sinasabi sa Hilbert's actions of parallelism.